Good afternoon, everyone. Just a really quick video. Haven't been doing as many videos lately, really because there's not much we can say about the major indices. Like I said at the last video, we're still really in a trading range, 17 to 18.3, and unless we break down below 17K, really, who cares? If you try to make sense of the movements we see in the market, you're just going to beat your head up against the wall. And really, the Dow is essentially a 4 or 5 stock index now anyway. The sell-off we saw over the last 3 or 4 days wiped out just like that in one day. Confluence of events, whether you want to make sense of or not of them, it really doesn't matter. Greece popped out a couple of pieces of news, which was just icing on the cake today, and it almost makes you seem like that Greece news got leaked to someone earlier this morning. But, really, like I said before, there's one stock you need to pay attention on this market, and that's Goldman Sachs. And even though we had the sell-off in the Dow over the last few days, Goldman Sachs continues to surge higher. And if Goldman's green and Goldman's running and not pulling back, any pullback we see in the major indices should be used as a buying opportunity, even though it's only a handful of stocks. It's really the big bloats are getting the majority of the volume right now. Look at stocks like Netflix. Let's pull up Netflix for an example here. Netflix, massive move over the last couple of days. Essentially a 75-point move in 2 days if you look at the highs today. What drove it yesterday was they spent $30 million to pick up a Brad Pitt movie that no studio wanted to make because it's not going to make any money, and it added $1 billion market cap. Today, it added, $2-3 billion in market cap because the stock's going to split. Just remarkable kind of movements. We'll actually talk about Netflix a little bit on in the video, but, this is the kind of market you'll go crazy thinking about the action. Look at the Dow Transports. If a year or so ago I told you the Dow Transports would be doing this with the Dow making all-time highs or close to it, you would say I was crazy. And we continue to have a breakdown in the transports, but it also makes little sense. We had oil selling off over the last couple of days and the Dow Transports and the airlines down. Today we had a big rally in oil, and of course the airlines were up. What? I thought oil was bad for airlines. The spin machines are working. It makes little or no sense in this kind of environment, so why even go over it? Like I said, it's a trading range. It's a stock picker's market, but it's a stock picker's market where you got to hope lightning strikes the stock you're in. You got to buy 10 stocks to get the 2 that move. You got to get 10 stocks to find the 2 that the robots go, hey, I'm going to buy that. And it's really a robot volume-driven market where traders, they chase the volume. As long as the volume stays, they stick in, volumes rise up, they're out and on to the next hot thing of the day. As for plays, we had a new swing play today, NLST. They are expected to launch a new product this month per the last conference call, and no one really knows that Twitter is the company that they have and Seagate sole source contracts with to supply this product for. And they, like I said in the email with all the research, are anticipating 8-figure potential, tens of millions of dollars, they said in the conference call from this deal. Twitter is a big deal. Seagate is a big deal. This stock got, of course, beat up because of a court decision back in March, but the rehearing, the retrial is July 8th. Now, this is one of these sideways type charts where it looks fantastic. The volume comes in, but the volume doesn't stay high, and then the 5-second traders hop out. And usually these kind of plays take a little bit of time to get going. It halted today right at that breakout level. If I redrew the chart here, you can see why it stopped today at that 63-cent level. But any press release, and this is a company that likes to pump out press release, any press release regarding the product launch and Twitter or Seagate, and you could see this stock up 50% in a blink. We've seen garbage go up bigger on stupider news in recent times. So low volume pullback into the close. It was really at 58 cents, and then somehow they managed to get it down to 54 cents. We've seen this many, many times on a lot of these under $1 stocks. Let's look for continuation on this one tomorrow. We had a very nice couple of day move on NEOT. The candle today, I did not see any 640 trades. I believe it was a 100-share trade, but it paints the chart and makes it look like this, which is why they end up doing it. Big volume move on this beer belly stock. Now, KYTH, big breakout move on this one today. Now, the short lackey mouthpiece, who I won't talk about it, other than his last name is Furdick, came out and bashed this stock saying that they were in a quiet period because they're going to do financing. If they're in a quiet period, how the hell do you know? Are you trying to help out some short friends there, buddy? Anyways, this stock continues to break out, and if this puppy gets a buyout kind of action, they are going to flood into any EOT here. A little bit of a pause was to be expected here. Really, it's trading slightly above its cash value, and looking at the massive valuation its peer has, very, very attractive takeout target for someone. We had a late day romper for us. Now, MOBL was on the pop scan a couple of times over the last few days. Give you an idea what these guys do. You've been reading how JP Morgan is moving away from company voicemail, etc. This is a company that helps get rid of that. And today they popped out a press release that they were joining up with Google. Nice break through that 20-day exponential, which we've been waiting for, and actually gave a sweetheart entry at 610 after the news came out. Got as high as 645 before it closed, but looks great for that move up to the 50-day moving average at 717 over the next few days. These guys have already pre-guided their earnings report. They got an upgrade yesterday. Nice sideways pattern since they disappointed on their earnings report back in April. So this one could be a very, very nice mover throughout the rest of the week. RSI breaking up through the 50 level. Stochastics coming out of the basement. Looks great. CIDM. Now back to Netflix. Netflix is on an absolute tear right now. Market cap there is up $5-6 billion in the last week. Another one in the sector, STRZA, which we are long in our long-term account. Look at the move this one does. It's all about content. And here we have CIDM, who has more movies and episodes than Amazon and Netflix and Apple combined. That's how much content these guys have. They also have Comic-Con. This one is getting very, very close to that. They can't hold it back anymore type move. Volume has slowly drifted off. Big time breakout. And where the chasers are going to come in is that breakthrough 105. I believe the earnings report is scheduled for the 23rd or so, but they could pump that out a little bit soon. And once they do, they can start pumping out the press releases and start pumping out the stock buyback, the significant stock buyback that they said they were going to do. This is a company that, in my opinion, should be trading in the billions of dollar market cap based on their content and based on what we are seeing in the sector right now. So patience play on this one. They're going to come calling this puppy, and it's going to be a very, very nice move. Wanted to make a quick mention on APPY. Actually, let me check this chart here. Like I said before, charts like this always manage to find a reason to run. I mean, ADX is just super, super strong here. And what's that reason? It's usually news. Now, a tool has been camped out on the ask of this stock at 59 cents for the last couple of days and scaring off all the buy volume. We've seen this on a lot of these other sideways type charts. Then they get news, and then they rocket, and nothing can stop them then. I mean, we've seen that happen so much recently where stocks that never friggin' move are doubling and tripling once they get a press release. And the story is probably going to be the same here for APPY whenever whatever news is coming actually finally comes. Last but not least, quick mention on SMSI. This stock goes up nicely when it gets volume. They take it down when there's no volume. Classic accumulation usually, patience play. They need to pump out some press release. These guys have their fingers in so many pots. Facebook is now getting into one of their big sectors, beacon technology. If you don't know what that is, you go into a grocery store or a retailer with your mobile phone and they start pushing deals to your phone. Hey, we've got a 50% sale off on this today, etc., etc., etc. Facebook is now giving out those little beacons to businesses so they can start pushing that. So this is the next major push on mobile advertising, and SMSI, among other things, is a big player in this sector. So it's just a patience play for some press releases from these guys, and it could be very, very nice in the near term. So going into tomorrow, mobile looks fantastic going into tomorrow. We should see a nice continuation move on this one, and with 4 million shares almost short on this one, with this sideways kind of pattern and the downtrend break, we could be looking at a move of 7 plus tomorrow or in the next couple of days. So that's it for the video, guys. Any questions, shoot me an email, feedback, BuySellShort.com. Have an awesome evening, and see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.